I relocated to what I believed was a serene, upscale community. Gated, tidy, and, let's not beat around the bush, crazily overpriced. But I didn't care. I arrived with one sole love. Not a partner, not an animal. My matte black McLaren. She wasn't merely a vehicle. She was therapy, a badge of success, and the only thing that made every one of those late-night work sessions pay off. She never disrupted anything. No blasting music, no midnight engine revving. Never drove faster than 20 miles per hour within our community. But existing, apparently, was a crime according to our HOA president. A woman I now call only Karen, Queen of Chaos. It started with a letter, forcefully pushed under my windshield wiper. Not a polite gesture, not neighborly at all. It stank of passive-aggressive fury cloaked in ersatz concern. Your vehicle is a threat to this community. Too flashy, too fast. It scares children. You have 2 weeks to take it out or else. I burst out laughing. Honestly. Took a photo, put it in my Karen Chronicles folder, and continued about my business. I mean, how could she be serious? There was nothing at all in the HOA regulations regarding what type of car I could have, and if anyone was driving recklessly, it was Karen herself, speeding 50 in her SUV while screaming at squirrels like they were in her debt. But then, day 15 arrived. I stepped outside, coffee clutched in my hand, prepared for another ordinary day, and stopped dead. My McLaren was destroyed. I'm not referring to a scratch or a broken mirror. I mean utter destruction. Windows broken, paint peeled, tires slashed. It looked like something out of a post-apocalyptic film. My heart fell, and the anger didn't even compute. Just shock. Then a neighbor quietly approached. Denise, pale, fidgety. "Hey, I saw Karen and the landscaping guy tampering with your car last night. Thought it was strange? Strange? Weird? You saw someone commit a felony and thought, interesting." But I didn't scream. Didn't weep. I grinned. Why? Because Karen didn't realize I'd installed a secret security camera, ingeniously placed inside my porch light. The entire crime? Caught in HD. I entered quietly, rolled up the video, and there she was. In her flower-patterned housecoat, no gloves, no mask, wielding a hammer, as if she was acting in Karen versus the McLaren, dawn of dumb decisions. Shouting about hazardous sports cars as she destroyed a high-end car with a landscaper worker inciting her. I stopped the video, grabbed my phone, and called my attorney. "Well done, Karen. You didn't just wreck my car. You just paid for my new one." She must have walked home that night, feeling like a suburban hero. That she'd saved the neighborhood from the wicked race car man. But here's the difference between us, Karen. I have legal rights. And electronic evidence. I handed all of it over to the police. Time-stamped video. Entire witness statement. "Thank you, Denise. Welcome to Sanity Team." The cop going over the case saw the video and laughed. Wow. No gloves? No mask? Pure Karen vibes and slippers, wielding a sledgehammer like she's reupholstering a Bugatti. And then the backlash. The HOA scrambled. Damage control mode engaged. They issued a formal apology. Unsigned by Karen, naturally. She doubled down. When the police knocked on her door, she cried and wailed about how she was the true victim. That vehicle was a weapon. I had warned him. He put the children in jeopardy. But the footage did not lie. She was arrested on the spot. Vandalism, property destruction, possibly conspiracy charges, depending on what the landscaping guy confessed. But here's the kicker. I'm suing. Civil and criminal. She wanted me gone, wanted my car out. But now, she's the one facing eviction, legal fees, and a massive lawsuit. And me? I'm getting a brand new McLaren, courtesy of Karen. She declared war on a car, but forgot that cameras don't lie. I was protecting the community. Oh, so now vandalism is community service. She even brought up child safety, saying my car was a temptation to speed. That's like blaming a blender for someone's bad haircut. The best part, she tried to weaponize the HOA handbook, but there was nothing in there about banning specific vehicles. I read it twice just to be petty. In fact, I highlighted sections and emailed the board with a subject line, Karen's favorite fictional rules annotated edition. By the time we reached the civil suit stage, I had built the ultimate case. Property damage, trespassing, harassment, defamation thanks to her HOA-wide emails about me being a reckless speed demon, and emotional distress. My lawyer was salivating. Karen showed up to court with a clipboard and a bad attitude. She had no lawyer, just a stack of blurry photos of my car parked legally in front of my home. I almost felt bad. Almost. But what really sealed it? When the judge asked, "Miss Karen, are you admitting to damaging the plaintiff's car?" And she replied, "I was doing what the HOA should have done months ago. Silence. The kind of silence that tastes like victory. One more hearing, and the ruling would be final." Karen had no idea she was about to pay for the most expensive temper tantrum in HOA history. Karen waddled into the courtroom with the same confidence she had when she demolished my McLaren, as if she thought the judge would pin a medal on her for neighborhood safety enforcement. Meanwhile, I sat there calm, collected, like sipping court-approved water like it was a $400 bottle of champagne I'd soon be billing her for. My lawyer started the show with a slideshow. First slide, a high-res screenshot of Karen mid-swing with a hammer, looking like a deranged DIY host. The judge raised one eyebrow. The gallery murmured. Karen coughed loudly like that was going to cancel reality. Then came the emails. Oh, yes. Karen had sent several HOA-wide blasts, accusing me of being a dangerous street racer, public menace, and my personal favorite, the Fast and the Furious embarrassment. My lawyer printed them all on glossy paper just for flair. Karen objected, yelling, "This is out of context." The judge looked over his glasses and said, "Ma'am, it's your email." When it was Karen's turn to speak, she doubled down. That vehicle was a threat to every child within 5 blocks. I had no choice. That kind of horsepower should not be allowed near families, the judge calmly asked. "So, you destroyed it?" "I neutralized it," she said, with a completely straight face. I swear even the court reporter stopped typing to look up at that one. Then came my turn. I explained how the car had never been driven above 20 miles per hour in the neighborhood. I showed my noise decibel logs, GPS logs, even testimony from several neighbors who said they'd never heard so much as a chirp from my tires. Basically, I ran a full Mythbusters on her nonsense. When closing arguments wrapped up, the judge sighed and leaned back. This is one of the more unusual cases I've seen, but the evidence is overwhelming. "Miss Karen, you are liable for full damages." Karen blinked. "Wait, what?" The judge continued. "You will pay for the destruction of the vehicle at full replacement cost, including upgrades, plus court fees, and a fine for harassment." Her jaw hit the table. Meanwhile, I sat there smiling. Why? Because I had already ordered the new car with an extra detail Karen wasn't ready for. The new McLaren arrived 2 weeks later. Same model, same matte black, but this time I added custom red calipers and had "Thanks Karen" stitched into the leather headrests. Subtle? Number satisfying? Beyond words. Karen, meanwhile, had entered financial hell. Hell. Replacing my car cost her nearly $300,000 after damages, legal fees, and the judge's harassment fine. Rumor had it she had to sell her beloved white Range Rover and take out a second mortgage. Her husband left the HOA board. Her landscaper refused to return. Her poodle developed stress-induced ellipsia. Karma was officially working overtime. I drove the new McLaren through the neighborhood at exactly 10 miles per hour, with a speaker playing the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme. Karen stood frozen on her lawn, watering her roses with a dead-eyed stare. Watching me roll by like the final boss in a video game, she absolutely failed to beat. She tried to save face at the next HOA meeting, claiming she acted in good faith and that the court system was biased against safety advocates. Nobody bought it. Denise even brought popcorn to the meeting. The HOA unanimously voted to remove Karen from her post as president. One board member suggested banning her for threatening the peaceful nature of the neighborhood. As for me, I installed a new camera system. Karen never walked within 10 feet of my property again. She avoids eye contact, like I'm Medusa driving a luxury serpent. Oh, and I framed the original HOA complaint letter she wrote and hung it in my garage, right next to the security footage, still of her swinging that hammer. Sometimes I just sit in the car admiring the craftsmanship and the court receipt. I didn't win just because I got a new car. I won because I reminded everyone in that neighborhood that a title like HOA president doesn't make you judge, jury, and executioner. And if you try to destroy someone else's property over your own imaginary rules, you just might end up losing everything over a grudge against a gear shift. The end. Please like and subscribe for more HOA showdowns like this. Do you think Karen got what she deserved? Comment below.